What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, everybody? Girl, let me turn this down before it goes. Anyway, I tried to drink some water and try not to waste none, and still wasted. Like I don't know my mouth from my mouth. Anyway. I hope everybody has had a good week so far. Trust and believe. Girl, I ain't never been so stressed out. I ain't even gonna get into why. I'm good, but I'm stressed out on another point. But girl, I ain't even finna worry about it no more. It is what it is. I got the faith, girl. I'm because I don't want to go off. I don't want to go off, so I'm just gonna keep it in. But baby, a video is coming about this experience, okay? Depending on what happened. But anyway, moving on from there, I hope everybody else has had a good week. And besides that little stuff, and some of y'all probably already know and understand because y'all in the same position too, girl, it is what it is. We might get our chance on Friday. Either way, moving on from that, I have been having such a good week, you know what I'm saying? You know, just being refreshed, just feeling good and everything. And I hope this feeling lasts, and I hope you guys have been doing great. Let's just get up into this week's what it is. We got some mess with the Grammys, okay? It is always something, and you got. First of all, I just need to understand what was the requirement and how do you get a ticket? Obviously any and everybody can get a ticket at this point to go to these award shows. I don't know, like in the back of my mind, or when I was growing up and when I first started watching award shows and I'm seeing all these celebrities or whatever, and I mean celebrities that was actually celebrities, you know what I'm saying? We are in a day of social media influencers that are being looked at as, celebrity. I'm not even finna call them. I couldn't even get it out. You know what I'm saying? But they got a lot of looks on them for whatever reason because they're influencers, or I don't know. And I'm pretty sure back in the day they had the same type of people. We just didn't see them because we didn't have the internet the way that we have the internet now. Now, truth be told, y'all remember back in the day. This how far back I go. Okay, y'all remember back in the day when they used to have street teams. Artists used to have street teams. Bitch, I wanted to be on a street team so bad. It didn't matter. I just wanted to do the promo and all that stuff, whatever. But hey, it is what it is. But that was when we was young. When you was young, we all had aspirations or whatever to do stuff like that. We just wanted to be up in the mix and all that. But anyway. So I just really wanted to know what was the requirement to be at the Grammys, because it literally looked like any and everybody can come there. Y'all want to know who I ain't see at the Grammys this year, or at least y'all hadn't her? Remember that lady that always come there? What was she? I think she's Latin or whatever. She was always coming in there, she go against the grain, okay? And it's one thing to be the complete opposite of everybody. That's your choice, that's your opinion, that's your thing. But to put it out on display and be obnoxious with it, that lady that always used to come, like one day, I think one year she came with a whole Trump 2024 Trump MAGA dress on or whatever. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. I ain't see her this year, and I don't even think I seen her last year. And if she was there, y'all put it in the comments and be like, girl, yeah, go look at this place or whatever. Baby, what's wrong with my wrist? Okay, okay. Anyway, I was like, girl, where's she at? That just popped in my mind, and I'm only asking this because I've seen people at this Grammy Award that I'm sitting here like, well, if you could get in there, then bitch, I could have got in there some way, somehow. Or is it on Ticket? Well, I ain't gonna fuck with Ticketmaster, because where can I buy a ticket for next year? Do I have to get a ticket from somebody? Because how the heck is a Masika there? And then talking about some maybe next year or whatever I'll be performing. I said, girl, in your Sunday best, you are not performing nowhere, Masika. Performing what? Performing what? I said, You do music? I ain't never heard nothing of hers, and if I did, it's been so long ago, I don't remember. Moving on from that, the only thing that Masika got is that she can clap back and say some ignorant stuff sometimes. That's just it. I really do not see her height. I really don't see her likability. I just don't get why she's still here. Moving on from that, how is Tommy Lee? Okay, girl, I was coming home today and we was on the expressway and I was like 5 minutes away or whatever. And all of a sudden, before we can get on Lakeshore Drive, we was coming off of the I-90 getting onto Lakeshore Drive. Baby, it's a ramp from the regular expressway to try to get onto Lakeshore Drive. Be that ramp, the freaking cops start coming and they just start piling up. And I said, excuse me, so what we about to do? Because now everybody's speeding, so now we got to slow down and stop. We got to slow down and stop. And then all of a sudden, they started, when we rolled past, they were surrounding the car. And then the cops was getting out. They was like, pull over and get out the car. You know what you... I said, oh, what is going on? They had this car surrounded. You know, I feel bad for whoever it was that was in there. But I was excited at the same time. I said, oh my God, look at all this action. Mind you, they down there at my job filming, okay? I said, girl, I should have went out there and I should have tried to get a spot on whatever it is that they're filming. I don't know if it's one of these Chicago shows out here. Could be Chicago Fire or Chicago Med, or Chicago PD. Or it could be a movie. I don't know. But they was on Madison Street and they was filming all day. They was there when I left and they was there when I came back. I said, all right, what y'all doing? You know, but yeah. I hope the person that got pulled over, they okay. Because ain't nobody out there advocating for them. And there was a lot of them. And it was the regular police and the sheriff. I said, what the fuck you do? And it was a white person that they had up there. You know what? I still feel bad. I still feel bad. And I hope they okay. You know what I'm saying? Taking them to jail. But I hope they okay. Moving on from that, because I was about to say something real messed up. Y'all heard it. I said, and it was a white person. What? You know? I was about to take everything back. Let me stop playing. How the heck did Tommy Lee get up in there? Back to the Grammys. How did she get there? Okay? And was on the red carpet. I was really confused, girl. Like, I don't want to see nobody. No shade, no shade. And I may be a little judgmental. I just saw this bitch on the Baddies South, or what is it, Baddies South or Baddies West, whichever one, and she finna fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got jumped or something like that, and you trying to get your lip, you trying to fight back and all that stuff. Girl, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Tommy on the red carpet. That's not what I come here to see. Why are you taking pictures? Like, I'm just confused. I'm just confused. And then the one that I was truly confused about, why was Blac Chyna there? Why was Blac Chyna there? I don't know. Is this an event that everybody can go to so that they can do what, some networking, or you can get your next potential mate or something? I'm confused. I'm confused, okay? Because I just thought it was a, you know, at this point, it just feels like it's not that prestigious anymore. And I started noticing that because, you know, a few years ago, whatever, I just started seeing a lot of people there that I was like, who are you? What do you do? You're not even in the music business. Why are you here? And why they taking pictures of you, like, you're not even important, because we don't even hear nothing from you afterwards. Even if you was somebody, we don't know. But Blac Chyna, girl, what was going on, man? What was going on? I felt like, you know, at one point back in the day, I feel like the Grammys was a little classy, you know what I'm saying? And then it said, be your own self, and that's cool. I like that. I like when people, you know, don't be too traditional, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes go outside the box, but it makes sense, all right? Blac Chyna, I ain't understand it. I ain't understand it. It was like she was going to a Halloween costume party, and Halloween ain't but months away. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even in spring yet. She done already skipped all the way back to fall, and I was really confused by this whole caw that she had on. I said, what in the Black Crow is happening, baby? Are you going through it? You're looking like a crowish vulture. What is happening? And I was just like, you know, maybe if it was another event, I probably would have liked it. But then again, I didn't. She really looked like she was about to shit out some eggs. And I said, you know what, girl? You had it, because eggs is like $100 a carton at this point. So what's the secret? What's going on? Like, I just didn't understand what was happening. I said, is this a costume party or is this the Grammy Awards? I mean, how are you sitting up? I mean, she had the peacock feathers in the back, like she had the tail feathers and everything in the back. She had the wings, she had all of that stuff, and then the thing in the eyes, it was all black. I said, baby, we depressed. We depressed? What's going on? I felt concerned. And truth be told, I'm going to be honest with y'all when it comes to Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna was, and I don't like talking about people looks because, again, I know I ain't the best looking, you know what I'm saying, and I'm probably ugly to somebody. Blac Chyna is not ugly. I just wish she never touched her face because she looked so much better when she first came out onto the scene. You know what I'm saying? I can get with people who do a little nip and tuck here and there, but to constantly keep on messing with your face to the point where you literally don't look nothing close to what you look like your natural self, I don't know, and it's not cute to me like that. Like, she's not ugly, but I don't find it attractive. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that for a few people, but I was just really confused. And then even her mama, I said, Lord Jesus, why is TMZ? TMZ is one of the messiest white people outlets there is. Because back in the day, like, they took the job of Perez Hilton. Back in the day, Perez Hilton was a fucking mess. And I'd be so shocked when I see him pop up on my Twitter timeline. He favored one of my tweets, and I was really confused. I said, ooh, But, you know, he was real messy back in the day. And I said, you could tell that, you know, the way that he was being messy, and I mean, he was that nasty type of messy, especially when it came to Britney Spears and them. Oh my God, it was just a mess. And I feel like he was like that because, you know, he was unhappy with himself and he was very miserable because he was a fat pig. He really was. And I'm saying that because if you look at him, he just what it was, and he was just a nasty person back in the day. So that's the reason why I said that. You know, one big bitch short another big bitch. I could say that, okay? But I'm just saying that's just how he was. He was really disgusting back in the day. And now he want to come back with a rebrand. It ain't gonna work for me. So TMZ gonna pop up and talking to Blac Chyna mama Tokyo Toni, and you know that lady. I really want to understand, how did your mouth, the inside of your mouth, get so black like that? Now, I understand when you smoke cigarettes, Black and Milds, maybe even weed, weed most likely as well, that, you know, your lips can get discolored, especially because of where you placing the, you know, and then sometimes your gums. But to have the whole inside of your mouth, like, your all of this and all of that, just as soon as you open up, it looked like a black hole in your mouth. And that's literally what it looked like in Tokyo Toni mouth. And I just want to know, who is desperate enough to kiss that? I'm sorry, because if you look like that and it ain't natural, and I can tell that it's not natural, I don't want to. It make me feel like your breath stink, and you can't tell me her breath don't stink. Her breath stank, okay? And she just, because it looked like it stank through the phone and through the screen. And she was just talking about how, you know, she looked evil. She looked like she got the devil. What that shit on her and wrong with her eyes and all this stuff. Like, who is you? And she said she even texted her like, girl, what the hell is this? I said, you know what, on the one hand, I get it because we all felt the same way, like, girl, what is this? But Tokyo Toni is like one of the worst mothers out here. And that's one of the reasons why Blac Chyna probably do the things that she do and try to get fires away from her sometimes the way that she do. And at the point that, you know, I feel like Blac Chyna has given her mama way too many chances, okay? Like this makeup to breakup to makeup to breakup type of situation that they got going on. Girl, you got one time to embarrass me in public. And that's the thing. It ain't a private thing. It's always a public situation. She always speaking out. And then you wonder why she don't want you to see her kids. Okay? You wonder why she stopped paying for this and paying for that. You wonder why. You ungrateful. Because she ain't got to do that for you. And you ain't got to do it for her no more because you grown. Okay? Don't bite the hand that was feeding you. You know, moving on from that, also with the Grammys, it was a little bit of drama and controversy because all of a sudden it popped out. Because let me tell you something, I feel so bad for the Migos. I feel so bad for the remaining members of the Migos right about now. Offset and Quavo, because it's just a lot that's been coming their way since this past weekend. All right, you know, they had the Grammys. And the first thing before we see, first of all, I didn't mention this, but Cardi B in that blue dress, Cardi B had one of the best looks of the night for me at the Grammys. At the blue dress, that was really, really, and plus it was my color. That's my favorite color, and that is my favorite color. That particular blue, I think it's royal blue. Yes, I said, oh my god, that looked really, really beautiful. That was one, and I don't know, that pre-Grammy weekend shit that was going on over the weekend before the Grammys, and when they was on the red carpet. It is one thing to have PDA. It's one thing to give PDA. You know what I'm saying? Grab an ass cheek, that's fine, you know, that's cute or whatever. But the motherfuckers was about to fuck on that goddamn red carpet. And I just had to turn away because usually I'm into some nasty shit, but it just was a little bit too nasty for me. Nasty in a good way, but it was just a little bit too nasty to me. I just had to turn away. I said I felt a little uncomfortable for some reason. I said maybe it's because y'all doing this in front of mixed company. And I ain't really here for respectability politics or anything, but we know that's what they do or whatever. But for some reason, I think it's because it kind of felt a little forced. Cause I know he going through stuff or whatever. He's still grieving and all that, and he's still grieving and all that or whatever. And then next thing you know, you see y'all finna fucking have another baby on the carpet. I said, leave that shit. Do what, I don't even finna mention her name. Do what them other people doing, do it in the car. Y'all saw how real mad I just got for a quick second. I should cuss the, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, come Friday, we'll see how it is. Moving on from that, also, you got Jay Prince and his son and his people, whatever. I think they was on the Breakfast Club or one of these new radio interviews or whatever, and then they wind up talking about, I guess they were talking about Takeoff death and talking about them and mob ties and all that stuff. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. Maybe because I'm not from Texas, I ain't know who a Jay Prince was. I've heard of him, but you know, I was like, people make people to be this big, you know, scary type figure, and like somebody tweeted, that allure of you being this scary type figure or whatever, that somebody has to people automatically give respect, and we got to say this and we got to, oh, we can't go against you or whatever. Baby, you lost that allure when you start getting on the internet and being with your little Instagram fingers and, you know, doing all this stuff and doing interviews and stuff like that. Like, sir, stay behind the scene. Say this menacing character. You probably get a little bit more respect from this younger generation, because at this point in time, we looking at your ass like, who the fuck are you? Okay, for real, for real. I don't, you know, with all disrespect, because he's been speaking on a whole bunch of stuff. And I was totally on Offset's side, because you coming out and then you speaking on Offset's relationship with Takeoff. Takeoff, you know, is gone. That is his family, regardless of what issue you may think they had. At the end of the day, you don't know Takeoff and Offset's relationship like that, because only Offset and Takeoff know their relationship, knew what their relationship was. Don't speak on another man's relationship with another person, and especially when that other person is not here to speak for himself. Do not do that, okay? That was some bitch shit that he was doing, and he's been doing stuff like that, and I'm just not here for it. I don't care about, oh, well, I don't give a damn, okay? This whole, you know, every time something going on, he want to come in and be the rappers that everybody, the rappers that, you know, try to unify the rappers, or when a beef happening or whatever, he want to come in and then everything shut down because he say so. Who are you? Don't answer that, because I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect people that's always up in everybody's business and acting like we supposed to be scared of you when we ain't supposed to talk about you negatively. Girl, get out of here. So I was here for Offset going off on the little video or whatever, because Jay Prince was wrong. All right? Moving on from that, next thing you know, TMZ put out a freaking article talking about some Offset and Quavo had a fight before the tribute to Takeoff at the Grammys backstage. I said, what? No. I said, please don't let that be happening. I don't want that to happen for real. I thought y'all, this is a time where y'all supposed to be coming together. this is a time that y'all supposed to be coming together. And then it's TMZ, so I just, TMZ, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes they be true, sometimes they don't, and sometimes later it'll wind up being true, but it just wasn't true then. So he Offset, posted and said, that's cap or whatever, what I look like fighting with my brother or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So I said, Offset said, y'all answers is lying. Next thing y'all know, ET News, Cardi B was talking to ET, and during that time, ET done got footage of Cardi B cussing out. We gonna assume that it was Offset and Quavo, and she was yelling at them. You couldn't see it, but you heard her say, "Y'all both wrong. Y'all both wrong. I don't give a fuck. Y'all both wrong. Neither one of y'all right. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. Why you here?" You know what I'm saying? She sounded like somebody, mama, like she was finna take her belt off or her shoe off and throw it at him. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. And I just like, damn. So they really did get into it. They really did get into it, all because it's because, Offset wanted to do something as well, doing the tribute to Takeoff, and Quavo said no, and then that escalated from there. And I mean, I just want them to get it together. I want them to really, this is the time where y'all supposed to come together. Let's put our differences, not put our differences to the side. Let's come together and actually talk it out. Okay, before we lose somebody else and it's too late to talk it out. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that they get better. Like, come on, we gotta get better. Moving on from that, nobody wins when the family feuds. Okay, y'all should know that by now. Y'all should know that by now. Moving on from that, Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown, he's supposed to be going to trial or whatever. And they basically want him to get a mental evaluation. And this is for when he got arrested, I believe in December, for attacking his friend with the knife and the hammer or whatever. Yeah. And so he's being charged with aggregated girl, he getting charged with freaking sometimes you be saying words and it be coming out just flowing, and then sometimes you catch yourself and you be like, but in reality, that don't even really sound right, but you know it's right. But you're like, why is it spelled like that? And then if it's spelled like this, why does it sound like this when you, girl, that's what I just had. Don't worry about it. It's late. I'm tired. Okay. Moving on from that, baby, he is charged with first degree misdemeanor, and they want him to get a mental evaluation. And the fact that Orlando Brown is only 35 years old and he's going through all this, and I really don't want to get a news report or whatever saying that, unfortunately he passed away or whatever because of whatever he was doing. I really want him to get some help, and I just can't stand the fact that people still look at him, and there are people that find his situation funny. They find when he sits down and have these little interviews and he's talking all, this way, that way, and all this, and saying everything from the sun or whatever, and they looking at it and they're like laughing at it and all this stuff like, oh, he funny, woo woo woo. It's not funny. Mental health issues are not funny. And the fact that we can't, some people, I ain't gonna say y'all because I'm pretty sure y'all can see it. People can't see that he is in need of help. And I know at the end of the day, you can't force anybody to get help, but I'm gonna pray for him. And let me tell you something, Zeus and the nigga that runs Zeus, don't put that boy on that damn show. I've seen reports coming out talking about that Zeus Network has been in contact with him to talks or whatever to put him on a new season of Bad Boys. I said, what? What? Why would you do that? And see, this is why I talk stuff about Zeus at the end of the day. And if Zeus got some good programming on their channel, Zeus Network should be ashamed of themselves, because you don't want people to talk negatively so much about your network right off the bat because of the reputation that it's showing. It is great that we have networks that are for black people, by black people, catering to black people, right? But can we see more positivity things? And let's be clear, some positive things do have a little bit of drama. And when I say that about, positive, and it's the fact that the audience also, y'all to blame as well, because y'all won't look at it. I sit here and say this, and some of y'all will agree, or some will agree on Twitter or whatever, but then at the end of the day, they'll still be looking at it and all that stuff. We've all been guilty of it, okay? But it gets to a point where you have to sit back and you're like, are you serious? The network is literally that's popular that keep people tuning in. It's because y'all want to see fights all the damn time. You look at shows like the baddies. I'm getting to the bag. I'm getting to the bag. I'm getting to the bag. We finna get this bag. We finna get this bag. What bag are you getting? All we see is you fighting. You fight. Like, girl, what? How are y'all popular? And it just shows how things have changed these days. Like, the people look up to this shit, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like, I cannot look up to people and be like, oh, I want to meet this person, or pay X amount of dollars just to go see a person in the club, just stand there and shake their ass. Baby, I watch that for free on the computer, on my phone or whatever, or have somebody do it in my face for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna be going up for people that don't have talents, which I don't understand. And some of y'all may think, I don't understand how certain people get, as popping or popular. Like, and I said this probably before, the Ari girls and the Jadas and all these other peoples, whatever, that Impact show. Why do they? I just don't get it. What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? Don't tell me, oh, they do clothes. A girl, no, that ain't a talent, because 9 out of 10, you're not designing it, you're not sewing it, or whatever. You're not packaging it, you're giving it to somebody else, and you're outsourcing and probably getting it from AliExpress. Like, what do you do? What do they do that deserves so much attention to them, that has people wanting to be them? I'm like, what? I don't get it. I really don't. And I don't want that to sound like me hating or whatever, because I'm not, because get your money. But at the same time, I'm just sitting here like, I personally can never go up for somebody that I don't see has any talent. I don't see a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? So you doing that, and it's get to the bag. What bag exactly, Natalie, are y'all getting to? And Natalie be sitting there acting like she don't know what the fuck is going on, when she know the exact reason why she picked some of these girls is so that they can literally sit there and fight. That's just what it is. Because she here for it. And she want to act dumb for it too. And then Zeus, you play on people's mental health. And you just don't give a fuck about black people. You have a network that's for black people, but you don't care about black people. You have no morals. You have no integrity. You have none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this because if it's true that they are looking into getting Orlando Brown on Bad Boys Club, that's beyond messed up. That's disgusting as hell. It's one thing that you got that Krishan girl and Blueface or whatever the hell that nigga is. You got them and they volatile, toxic, domestic violence ass relationship on there, showing all type of abuse. I ain't never watched that show. I see the clips on Twitter and everything, and now one clip is a good clip. And y'all promoting that. I see it being promoted on the neighborhood talk and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, why are we promoting this shit? Why are we promoting this shit? And it's young people that's watching this probably trying to aspire to be like her, to be like him. Like, come on. That's just disgusting. And then you want to put somebody on here. All these motherfuckers need mental health evaluations, and you don't give a damn about mental health. You just want money. You just want ratings. And see, that's when people start saying shit like, you sold your soul and all that shit. And, I'll never really be up into that. But, at this point, yeah, that's what y'all be doing. Y'all be doing that. I'm disgusted by that. But anyway, moving on from that. Pretty goddamn Ricky, bitch. Pretty Ricky's what they call him. Let me lighten this up, girl. Baby Blue, whoa, he done got out of jail, y'all. He done got out of jail. Now I don't know if y'all remember, like last year or probably the year before that, he got caught up in the PPP loan scams. Okay, he got like $24 million for a couple of businesses and employees that he really didn't have, right? And so I think he got sentenced to 20 months in prison last February, right? He pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and taking out fake loans and all this stuff. Baby, if he went to jail in February last year, he didn't got out in a year or less. If he was sentenced in February and he went, I don't know when he went in, but he came out real quick. I said, oh, everybody was like, you know what, damn it, we should just went on ahead and got them PPP loans since they going in jail and coming out. Ooh, bitch, speaking of, is Carly Red ex man or whatever, what's his name, Arkansas Mo, is he still up in jail? Cause that nigga had some stuff. I said, But you know, he came out of jail. I seen the little who let me tell you something. Keep older people off the internet, okay? Because y'all saw me malfunction for a second. Keep older people off the internet. Because once they get a hold of stuff and they think they knowing how to do stuff or whatever, they just get carried away with it and it don't even be up to date. Who in the world did that graphic of Baby Blue, whoa, getting out of jail in that white suit with them wings flapping in the back? And it looked like he was on his way to glory. Now, when I seen that pop up on my timeline, I said, oh my God, is he gone? Girl, I had to read the print that was printed on the graphic that said that he was out and he home. I said, what? His mama posted that. I said, man, take that down. Will you got us thinking that he dead, like he got shanked the fuck up in jail or whatever. Take that down and let us know that he out. I said, oh my goodness, you had me scared for a minute. I was about to say, God damn, he ain't last that long up in prison. This is the first time I heard this in a minute. Girl, I was about to say, but then Pleasure P had to put out a video of him coming out of jail and all of that stuff. I said, whew, all right, you know, congratulations. He said he was able to get out because of the First Step Act, which was introduced by Trump in 2018, and this allowed eligible inmates to participate in a reduction, I ain't even gonna try to say that word, a reduction program, and earn credits towards early release. So baby, good behavior, that's what it sounds like. He got out for good behavior. That's what it was. But welcome home, Baby Blue. Whoa. All right. Anyway, moving on from that. A little update on the Tyre Nichols case. They fired that white officer, Preston, okay, as they should. And also, one of them niggas, and I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's just what it is, because now you acting like one after you did this shit. That's what you known for. They had took pictures, and this is what I don't understand. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't understand. When the situation happened with Kobe Bryant and his unfortunate passing with all the people that passed, including his daughter, the officers, at least one officer for sure, they were taking pictures of his body, of the crime scene, and then was sending it to people or showing people. Same thing in this situation where one of the officers took pictures of Tyre as he's laying on the floor or as he's badly beaten, whatever, clinging on to what's left of his life. And then you doing all of this and then you're sending it and showing people. And I'm like, why would you do that? I don't understand. I don't want to have a picture like that in my phone. First of all, we are in the day and age of technology. As soon as you delete something, it's not necessarily gone. They can find it. So even if you deleted it, they can find it, use it against you. Okay? Why do you be so dumb and collect all the evidence to be used against yourself? Stupid idiot. I hope they tear their ass up in prison. And I mean, like, beat the dog shit out of them like they beat him. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on from that. The Michael Jackson estate is in the process of selling half of his interest in his music catalog for up to like $900 million to almost $1 billion, and that's just half, not the whole catalog, but half. Baby, truth be told, it should be $1 billion plus, but at the same time, a lot of these artists out here are they're selling their music catalog. Justin Bieber was the latest one. I think he sold it for like 200 million. And he getting bank, bitch. Okay, I believe Dr. Dre is in the process of selling his stuff. You know, it's been a little bit of controversy about Dr. Dre. We'll get to that in a second because I meant to mention this in my Grammys Award talk or whatever, because I don't even think I put him up there. Also, you know, I know at one point Bruce Springsteen, he sold like his catalog for like $600 million. Shit. I don't know. If I was in that position, I'd be like, whew, $200 million, $500 million, $600 million. I just might. I just might, okay? $900 million. Hell, them motherfucking Jackson's about to be living good for real now. Cause listen, that whole estate is about to be on one. Child, can you imagine? Wow. And it's gonna allow them to make movies and merchandise and all this stuff about him. Oh my goodness. Y'all wanna know something? Speaking of movies, I saw the Whitney Houston movie that came out on Christmas. What is it called? Whitney Houston, I Wanna Dance with Somebody. It was decent. It was decent. I'm gonna have to. I do want to watch it again. Okay, I just didn't want to pay for it and give Pat Houston any money. But it was pretty decent. It wasn't a bad movie. The thing of it is, it's because, you know, and I hate the fact that Whitney Houston's estate, and anytime when Whitney Houston is brought up and it's talking about something that's happening with her, like some things coming out or whatever, it's always being circulated back to Pat Houston. We always go back to Pat Houston. And Pat Houston got a bad rep for herself, and for those that don't understand why we don't like her, or a lot of people blame her for a lot of stuff and act like, you know, she's the one that's being money hungry, she's the one that's you know, like using her name, trying to get money off of this, trying to put this and all this stuff or whatever, exploiting her, you know what I'm saying? It's because of the way that she acted, like after she died, and you know, knowing that she was real close with Whitney and a part of her team and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure she knew a lot of stuff that was going on, but probably just didn't say nothing or didn't do nothing, or probably couldn't do nothing, because even if they did, you know, again, Whitney is a grown woman. She had to do it on her own. Sometimes people just sit back and just let things happen, and I can't be that type of person. Whether you family or friend, I cannot sit back and just let it happen. If you're not going to do something to help yourself, and you're not going to stop doing the stuff that you're doing, I'm going to have to exit. Okay, and then once you get yourself back together, and sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes you will have to leave a person to let them know that I'm not here for what you're doing, and I'm not finna be enabling the stuff that you're doing as well, right? Also, what really sealed the deal for me and more people just like me was as soon as when Whitney passed away, when Pat Houston signed on and signed Bobby Christina up as well to do that reality show that they did. And Bobby Christina was in no condition to be in front of nobody's camera. Okay. Pat Houston was doing it for the benefit of her and her family. That's just what it was. It was very exploitive. Okay. And I was very disgusted. And ever since then, Pat Houston has left a nasty taste in my mouth. And I just know that she had something to do with this movie to be out, and Clive Davis, because they was all up in it, you know. But it was decent, I will say that. But I wish they would just like, I know at one point I think they had like a Whitney Houston hotel or something that was trying to pop up during Grammys week or whatever, like a little museum or whatever. I'm like, damn, y'all finna milk it, okay? And sometimes I be feeling that same way about Michael Jackson as well. But, you know, we haven't really seen anything recently from him. And in recent years, We've seen hologram Whitney Houston. We've seen hologram Whitney Houston about to go on tour. I think it's makeup. I think it's merch. I think it's the movie. You know, we've seen multiple documentaries that came out in the movie. We've seen a Lifetime movie. We've seen a Lifetime movie on Bobby Christina. We've seen this. We've seen that. And it's just a lot. And I just want them to just chill for a second. Because at this point, it's like you're trying to milk her for everything she got and she ain't even here no more. And that's what's crazy. But yeah, back to the Dr. Dre of it all. So Dr. Dre had got an award and it was actually in his name, right? At the Grammys. And I was sitting here like, you know, they had a couple of his abusers, at least one, I think it was Dee Dee Barnes. She was coming out and she was saying something. She always speak up when he get awarded something or people treating him nice about things or whatever, because it's like, you know, when people say pick and choose, pick and choose, pick and choose about who you want to be upset with and who you want to cancel or who you want to do this and do that to, or who you want to call out. This is one of those situations because, you know, Dr. Dre has a history or had a history of being abusive towards women. Okay. And instead of being called out, it was kind of called out for a second and then swept under the rug for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then the Michelet movie came out and, you know, brought it back up. And then Dee Dee Barnes came out and just talked about what happened to her after all of that went down when she tried to do what she had to do to get, you know, her leg back from all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so the way people prompt him up, you know, he got to perform at the Super Bowl and all that stuff. And I know sometimes it's like, okay, well, we're going to keep on hindering on that. But it's like, in a sense, when it comes to Dr. Dre, people literally erase the fact. They don't even bring up most of the time, especially these companies. You know, they don't bring up or don't care about the fact that he was an abuser. And I don't know if he was still abusing people or he abused his ex-wife or whatever. I don't know. But we do have certain cases where we know he was an abuser. You know what I'm saying? He beat women. And we got that. And I'm sitting here like, no shade, no shade. If these companies, somebody tell me the difference, and I'm genuinely asking this because I'm trying to put these two together. Tell me the difference between him and Chris Brown. Because if y'all could have had Dr. Dre at that Grammy Awards, and I don't know if Chris Brown was given an invitation. I know he was nominated for something. Y'all could have had his ass up there performing then. Y'all could have had his ass up there performing then, since we getting, you know, we looking past stuff, you know, because some people, and I'm only bringing it up like that because, you know, every time people, most of the time these days you mention Chris Brown name, people want to come out and talk about the fact that, you know, what he did in his past or whatever to women and all that stuff. But yet you got Dr. Dre and you just let him continue to do whatever. It's like people remind, but they don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't do nothing. They don't boycott. You know, you're still buying the beat strap by Dre and all this stuff or whatever. But, you know, with Chris Brown, it's, oh, you can't perform here because you're an abuser and you're this and that. And that's what I, you know, not saying that I'm advocating and okay with the fact that, you know, these people be abusing people. But my whole thing is this. If you was going to get him off of a certain show or whatever because of his background, then you need to do that for everybody. Don't pick and choose. That's what it needs to be across the whole board in all these shows and everything. Don't pick and choose. Make it equal for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that be getting up there, they be getting awarded and getting talked about in the most positive ways, and they have disgusting backgrounds, you know? So, hey, it is what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all think about that or what y'all think about that. Amber Rose, little son, Sebastian DeBash. She said she had to sit down. She said she basically, because she do OnlyFans. Now, when it comes to her OnlyFans, I don't know what she does because I'm not subscribed, okay? I don't know if she's showing titty and ass. I don't know if she's doing sex things. I don't know what she's doing, okay? Or if it's just provocative pictures. I don't know. But you know, anytime you hear OnlyFans, it's going to come with a negative connotations because people are going to think that you're automatically on there selling sex. And what people don't know is that's not the only thing that be on OnlyFans that's being sold. You know, it's literally businesses like promoting books, promoting food stuff, promoting products and stuff like that. It's not necessarily sex, but the sex stuff is what really gets people coming into it, unfortunately, and that's what's really making the website popping. But she had to tell who she was on this podcast, and she was talking about how, you know, she told her son about the fact that, you know, she does OnlyFans and what she do and everything or whatever, because she was like, I would rather him hear it from me than have to go and hear it from somebody in the streets or, you know, go look on the internet. Because she was like, by the time your kid turn 5 years old or whatever, they know how to look up stuff on the internet. And I feel like that's true. That's true. That's real at the same time. But, you know, I always think about these situations where these people do certain stuff like this, and even like other regular people, celebrities or whatever, when y'all be acting a fool and then y'all get viral on Instagram or social media, and what would happen when your kids find out about it, and do your kids get taunted by it? And then the same thing, like when these kids or these people be on reality TV and you be acting up and whatever, how the family be reacting to it, and how do people around them be reacting to them or whatever. And I feel for like the kids, because I know how kids are these days. They listen to their parents. They be either listening to their parents or they eavesdrop on them, and they hear their parents talking stuff or whatever. And that's exactly the case that happened with Amber Rose's son. One of the boys, whatever, was saying something about his mama being on OnlyFans, and he was basically, according to Amber Rose, saying that, you know, you gotta let women do what they want to do with their bodies. You know what I'm saying? You can't be judging them for what they want to do, and all that stuff. I feel like I get it. At the same time, I also feel like a child shouldn't have to be put in that place. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. Moving on from there. Speaking of kids, y'all remember Eminem's little daughter? Girl, first of all, Haley, I ain't know Haley was 27 years old right about now. I said, she 27? God damn. So I'm like almost 10 years old. Is she 27? Bitch, I said, oh, I feel like I'm getting old now. Y'all keep coming out with these ages, and I be like, damn, I remember when I'm in that age where I remember when you was right here. You know what I'm saying? I remember when you was on it. You know, she getting engaged. I said, oh, that's cute. That's cute. Congratulations to her and her man. Moving on from that, Wendy Williams. Wendy. Remember when that interview, that, speaking of Whitney Houston, Wendy. Girl, that was the most iconic interview ever, okay? I said both of y'all was on that stuff. I'm just saying, we gotta be honest. Both of y'all was probably on that stuff at the same time. Anyway, one trying to call the other one out. Girl. Anyway, Wendy Williams' ex-husband, Calvin Hunter. I mean, him and that side chick that he got pregnant and he living it up with, I need y'all to go get y'all asses a job, okay? Because when Wendy started having these health problems and when her money started getting funny, meaning that they started freezing her account so can't nobody get up into them, including her, girl, all of a sudden it became an issue with Mr. Kelvin because his alimony checks was being cut off, all right? And so now, and it's been happening for some time now, now he going to the judge trying to make it so that either the Wendy Williams show people, whatever, can give him the alimony or her or whatever, and he demanding this, and the judge said no. Okay, and I said, oh, the judge said, why don't y'all go to mediation and try to figure out some stuff? But as far as me putting a judgment down and saying that, you know, she got to start up those payments again, no, she do not, and no, I will not. I said, see, that's what you get. He up here saying all this stuff because now he's broke, according to him, and he cannot pay his bills. And the whole time when I'm seeing it, somebody said, oh, and he can't even afford knee surgery or whatever. I said, he ain't got no insurance. What type of insurance you got? Baby, let me tell you something. Every surgery that I had, I ain't never had to pay out of pocket for it. That's how my insurance work. I ain't had to pay it out of pocket. Nothing. I ain't got a bill yet, okay? And I had in the past two, 3 years. In the past 3 years, I had 2 surgeries, okay? And they had to dig inside my body to get the shit out. I ain't had to pay nothing. So, nigga, what type of insurance you got? Okay, you better go ahead and get that Obamacare stuff or whatever, that government assisted insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, okay? And my whole thing is this. Granted, you was getting alimony, so you mean to tell me that you was depending your whole time and your whole life and your whole living situation on Wendy Williams' money after you destroyed her or helped destroy her? Like, what? That just don't make sense to me. I don't care if I was getting $100,000 a month. I am still going to work. Because them alimony checks or them checks in general are not going to keep coming like that. And I'm just sitting here like, what the hell she doing? What the hell she doing? Baby, Wendy got the last laugh, bitch. Woo! I'm finna go watch that Wendy Williams movie. That shit was good, okay? That was good. Anyway, girl, we don't care about Kevin. Kevin, keep your shit to yourself. We do not care, okay? You get no sympathy over here. Anyway, moving on from that. Oh, speaking of the Grammys, one more thing from the Grammy. Chris Brown, and I meant to mention this in my review for the awards because this was really ignorant. Chris Brown was nominated for, I think, a Best R&B Album or Best R&B Male, I don't know, R&B something. And he didn't win. Robert Glasper won, right? I know few people might not know who he is or whatever. That's understandable. But then that's what you do is you go look him up. That's what you do. And then maybe try to listen to the person's music and see, oh, okay, I can see why you did this because this is good. Because he actually makes really good music, okay? And Chris Brown lost. And instead of being just paying it dust and being like, oh, well, congratulations, better luck next time to myself, he puts out an Instagram post and said, a few posts and said, who the fuck is Robert Glasper? And I said, what? And if it wasn't, and then I'm just sitting here like, I hope you don't think that people going to take that as you really asking a question. All you had to do was say is, who is he? Or truth be told, you didn't have to say nothing but congratulations. Or if you didn't even want to do that, you didn't have to say nothing anyway. You did that on purpose just to be an asshole, to be a sore loser. And you wonder why you're in the position that you are sometimes when it comes to this situation and it comes to the industry. You are dumb for that. Okay, I don't like when people act out like this. What is this accomplishing? It ain't doing nothing but making your ass look dumb as hell and ignorant. Because why are you coming at somebody and being rude like that to somebody that don't come at you like that? Just look him up because you sore losing that you lost for a Grammy. Oh, you was never gonna win it. Truth be told. Okay, and so. And I hate to say it like that, but sometimes you just got to be real cold with it, okay, to get it through their head. And then he gonna, after the backlash, he sent out a DM to him, basically apologizing. And this is what the DM said. He said, congratulations, my brother. I would like to apologize if you took offense to my reaction at the Grammys. You were not the intended target. You literally said, who the fuck is Robert Glasper? So who is the target? Okay. And I know I came off really rude and mean. After doing my research, I actually think you're amazing. Why didn't you do that first? The organization isn't going to give us blacks our due diligence. You and I should never be in the same category. 2 totally different vibes and genre. So one black man to another, congratulations. Hope you are able to feed your family for life. That's a backhanded situation, okay? You're not going to tell me, because we got 2 different vibes. we shouldn't even be in the same category. Then what category should you be in? So you trying to say that you want pop or something, and you shouldn't be in R&B either, and he shouldn't be in R&B? That's what the category is, right? And then you gonna say, I hope you able to feed your family for life. Nigga, what? I hope you able to feed your family for life and pay off that IRS debt, bitch. Okay, Chris Brown, let me tell you something. Y'all know I have a like dislike with him, okay? And when Chris Brown first came out, I loved him so much. Loved him so much. You know what I'm saying? And then when he started acting out, it was just making me embarrassed, all right? Because I'm like, nigga, why do you keep on doing this and giving people ammunition to talk shit about you? And now that you've been quiet or whatever, I'm cool with it. But then you come out and show that you can be a little asshole. Again, it just irritates me when people fuck up like this. Like, I finally did my research. Do your research first, nigga. Okay? Anyway, moving on from that. Did y'all hear about the guy that was stealing animals from the zoo? He stole two monkeys from the Dallas Zoo. That man stole the monkeys, and they said he's 24-year-old Davion Irvin, and he was hit with 6 counts of animal cruelty. His bail was set at $25,000. He is charged 3 counts per monkey for unsuitable habitat, abandonment, and injury to the animal, because they found the animals in an abandoned building, right? Abandoned house. And they saw him on the surveillance footage, so that's how they knew who he was. And I think they had caught him while he was sitting there eating a bag of Doritos or something like that. Baby, this man said, if you let me out of jail, I ain't gonna do nothing but go try to steal some more animals, because I just love animals. I said, at least he is honest. How you get a bond of $25,000 and you gonna tell the people, I'ma still steal some more animals if you don't lock my ass up? What the fuck is going on? I said, whoa. People are crazy these days. Funny to me. Anyway, congratulations to Notori and her husband, 2 Lewis. And that's 2TWO. Who named him that? Is that a nickname? Is he... Let me stop. I was about to say something that could have probably been offensive, and I don't want to be offensive, but I probably already did, because I'm just still asking. Y'all be naming y'all kids a lot, okay? Y'all be naming y'all kids a lot. Girl, 2, come here 2, come here 2. Girl, come here 4. Come here 4. 6, 6 is kind of cute. 6 is kind of cute. It's doable. 7 is well, too. I can see that, but if somebody named 8, ain't Ocho, but it's 8. That's a little bit too much. Okay, they are expecting their first child together. This is a Notori's second child. She has a 5-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. And the pictures that they had of her and her belly and everything looked so beautiful. So congratulations to Notori. Notori out here doing some good things. Meanwhile, the week or 2 before, you had Keely Williams out here talking about how she was getting gangbanged and a train ran on her by the whole group of what's it called? B2K minus Omarion. Omarion said, no. And everybody else said yes. Okay? I said, wow. And you want to know what? I know people probably think that's like, oh, girl, I wouldn't put that out there. Honestly, I probably wouldn't either. But the fact that she owned up to it and she ain't feel no way about it, she said, hey, just about everybody had a little thought days back in the day. And I said, listen, I can respect it. I can respect that you ain't lied about it or nothing. You said, yeah, I let them all hit. I let them run all up and through this. And you probably would have too. I said, not me, but I get it. I get it. Because let me tell you something. It is some women I would let, girl, just do what you do. Do what you do, and y'all can tag team. And I'll just lay there and let you do. You know what I'm saying? And what you want me to do. Bitch. I understand. Sometimes, listen, you got to go through a whole phase. Sometimes you got to go through a whole phase. Only if you can handle it. And if you can own up to it. And if you ain't going to be embarrassed by it. Girl, if I don't see what's been being embarrassed. Some of y'all wish I was up in that position too. Anyway, but hey, it is what it is. Put it there. Speaking of which, let's see how far y'all get up into this video. Put it down in the comments who y'all will let just slut you out. In the industry, in the entertainment business, in whoever, girl, put it down there in the comments, because baby, I want to read it. Y'all probably already know about Mass. One about to be on punishment and finna be put up in the corner if I don't get... Okay, we're not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not finna make myself mad tonight. Check back in a couple of days. But y'all already know. Y'all already know. It's a few. It's a few. But y'all know the main ones. Like, I really would break up homes, okay? I could really be like, girl, you need me to sign an NDA. Keep me in the other room. Your house big enough, okay? You can fly me out anytime you want to. Y'all got a private jet and everything or whatever. It is what it is. What you want me to do for these tickets, okay? I'll do it. I'm serious. Moving on from that, laughing but serious, okay? And honestly, I'd do it for nothing. Anyway, because them titties sound like a pervy person, but I'm just saying. Anyway, Life Jennings, okay? Life Jennings can't catch a break for nothing. Life Jennings came back on the radar when the Jeffrey Dahmer show came on, and he wanted to tell us that he sang for Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer said, "Hey, boy, sing that song, Magician." I said, "What?" And he didn't like the fact that we didn't give him the response that he expected. Like, we supposed to be, oh, that's raw. Like, oh, damn, for real? Jeffrey sang? You sang for Jeffrey? That's what's up. No, it was like, I would have kept that fact to ourselves, okay? To myself, you know? Then it came out about his vocal abilities. Baby, they was shaking the hell out of him because them vocals was cracking. He had a bad night, you know, and people was just going in. He got a little insecure about it. Understandable, but I wouldn't have said shit. You know, he came at Mario's throat because he had said something. I'm like, everybody, just about everybody has had a bad vocal night, and it is okay. Go eat your tea, drink your tea, rest your cords, and you will be okay. Now, the new story is him putting out that when he was out in Oakland, California, he pulled up at a spot. I don't know what spot it was, but he pulled up at a spot. Next thing you know, some stick-up boys came, busted his car window up, took out his backpack, took his backpack, computer, ID, credit cards, his passport, and then said they took $120,000 worth of jewelry off of him as well. Life Jennings, y'all. My whole thing is, and I'm sorry, because Life Jennings, till this day, every time I hear about his name, I can only think about the fact that he was on Love and Hip Hop, you know, and he gave Carly Red that Cracker Jack plastic ring. And I don't honestly feel like he did that because he was broke, but I feel like he did that because he really wanted to embarrass Carly. But then at the same time, I feel like it was both. You know, it could have been both. But also, when I first saw this article and I saw that headline, I said, I am more shocked at the fact that he had $120,000 worth of jewelry on him, that he had $120,000 worth of anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No shade. I don't want to pocket watch or whatever, but in finance watch, but I was shocked. I was shocked. Must be nice. Oh, baby, my seat in hell is waiting for me, okay? Anyway, moving on from that, girl, what is going on with Vontae Davis, okay? Vontae Davis is a ex-NFL player. I think he played for the Indiana Colts at one point, but that ain't the point. The point of the matter is, this nigga got into a car accident, okay? He got into a car accident on a highway in his Tesla because he was drunk. Mans was so drunk that once he plowed into, I think, a Toyota or whatever, I mean, the whole front of that Tesla on the right side, the passenger side, is just towed the freak up. And I'm trying to look at the picture and see how is it that he was able to, like, because they found him on the shoulder of the highway, knocked out. And not like knocked out like he got knocked out unconscious, like he got thrown from the car. Because at first I was like, damn, did he get thrown from the car? Now I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, this nigga is literally in the fetal position, laying there like he got a pillow and a blanket on top of him. He was asleep. That's how drunk he was. So that must have meant to me like he probably got into the accident and then he got himself out of the wreckage of the accident, and he just sat down on the shoulder and just went to sleep until the police and them came. And when they came, people was trying to see if he was okay. Baby, he was still knocked out. People walking over him and everything. They didn't get his ass up. He didn't wake up until they put him in the cop car. And he was that damn drunk. Baby, I don't want to do that. And y'all got to stop playing with alcohol like that. Why are we drinking and driving in 2023? Why are we doing this, okay? Now, your ass finna be fine and you're possibly gonna go to jail. All right? I said, That nigga, I ain't never seen no shit like that. And that ain't even funny. I said, how are you laid out sleep after you just caused the accident? And then gonna say he only had 2 mixed drinks. Girl, you shitting me. What else did you have? All right. And the last thing, congratulations, I guess, is in order. I don't want to say I guess. You know, because LeBron is still somewhat on my little shit list, but I still like him to a certain extent. Mostly because I like his wife. The women be saving it for y'all niggas, okay? Because I will, go in on you. But anyway, you know, LeBron James, he made history the other night against the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Crypto.com. Why did they... These motherfuckers be buying up stadiums and stuff in arenas, and then y'all want to change the name to something stupid. I don't care if the company is Crypto.com or whatever. Bitch, name it something else, okay? I don't put it back to the Staples Center or whatever the fuck it was, okay? Like, at least that sound plausible. That sound decent. We used to that Crypto.com stadium. What? The Staples Center? That's just like out here in Chicago, baby. I don't call the Sears Tower now. When the Sears Tower has been the Sears Tower ever since I was born, okay? And then all of a sudden, this family, the Willis family, want to come in and buy it, and then they want to change the name to the Willis Tower. Do we call it the Willis Tower? No. We still real Chicagoans. We still call that bitch the Sears Tower. And that's exactly what we gonna call it, girl. I don't care what you say. But he won and he broke the record for, what is it? The most points logged in the league history, breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. He got 38,388 points that he needed to break the record, okay? And he did it in less years than he did. Or I should say, yeah, less years, yet less games, okay? He accomplished this in 150 games less than Kareem did. And he needed 36 points to accomplish this, and they said that he got it the first 20 in the first half, and then he got the rest in the next half. Congratulations. Everybody was happy for him. It's like he had his Beyonce moment because all the celebrities was there. And they knew they was just ready. Like, they had the cameras, they had the pre-recorded thank you and congratulation messages and the cakes and shit ready or whatever. Because they just knew that it was going to happen. They just knew it. So congratulations. Congratulations is in order. Give credit where credit is due and props where it's needed. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop up off of here. I ain't never get a short video this short now because y'all know I usually go an hour and 20, hour and a half. But baby, it is what it is. I hope you guys Have a pleasant weekend. Shout out to everybody that's going to the Super Bowl. I hope y'all going to these Super Bowl parties. Y'all be safe, okay? Don't be like Vontae Davis getting drunk and driving or whatever. Uber is there, Lyft is there. Get a designated sober friend if that's the case. Make arrangements to stay at somebody's house if you're going to be cutting up and doing all of that. I don't want to hear that somebody that follows me got hurt or is no longer with us because of a stupid decision. Please be as safe as possible. All right. Y'all go out there. Y'all have fun. Y'all have a good time. But again, be safe. Shout out to my friend Janice. Okay, Janae, because let me tell you something, girl. I'll put it out there later because I don't know if she want me to, but you know, do it big, bitch. Do it big, okay? But anyway, I'll see y'all later, all right? Peace.